Hello everyone, just Gordon here and welcome back to another Planet Zoo real life inspiration video. And today we are looking at the cougar. And the first zoo we'll be looking at today is Pairi Daiza. And we're starting off with this one because it is by far the nicest one. Dare I say the only good cougar habitat that I've seen. I was very happy when I saw that Pairi Daiza had a quite nice cougar exhibit, because it meant that I actually had something nice to show in this video. Because yeah, we do have quite a lot of cougars in here. There are 3 of them that I could see, and they are lying down over here, very beautiful. But yeah, we've got quite a nice large enclosure, tall fences in the back, a nice climbing structure. We got beautiful rock work and landscaping. Over here is really nice. There's a little sign being like, warning, mountain lions in the area. We also got a small elevated viewing point over here. It was blocked off at the end of the day there near closing time, but next day it was open again. And yeah, here we can see really nice landscaping, also really nice rock walls over here at the front, and then this mesh at the back that allows you to have some greenery behind there, which is a pretty cool way to make the habitat feel a bit more lush, green, open. And yeah, there's also this mesh viewing point over here at the water feature. Overall, just really nice exhibit. I was a really big fan of it. So really cool. Let's move on to the next zoo, which is the opposite of nice. This is Parc Animalier de Bouillon. And this is the cougar habitat right over here. So we got a mesh fence, and we got some sad cougars in here. This one also has 3 cougars in here that I could see. But yeah, this definitely does not have as much space as Pairi Daiza did. We got, I mean, they have a little log, a little hut thing as a climbing structure, I guess. Those are features of this exhibit, and that's about it. I mean, it's empty. There's no foliage aside from the trees that are standing in there, but it's completely barren, and yeah, there's very little to it. We do have another viewing area over here, a glass viewing area with mesh in front. So what's the point? I mean, the point of the windows is to make it so that people can't reach in and get their hands bitten off, I guess. But it's yeah, it's not big. It's definitely the smallest one in this video, I'm pretty sure, and that's a bummer. And still, this is not the worst we've seen of Bouillon. Even has corrected me many a times. Anyway, that's it for this zoo. So we're gonna move on to the Zonnegloed, the animal sanctuary. And I do say I quite like this one, but I do realize that I'm going a lot less hard on the Zonnegloed in general because of it being an animal sanctuary, because I feel like this exhibit is pretty similar in size to what we're gonna see later in this video. But yeah, it's very lush. The cougar has lots of places to hide away, and there's also little signs on the windows being like, I'm probably hiding. And yeah, it's nice that he has a lot of opportunities to do so. I'm a really big fan of that. So yeah, very lush, very beautiful. Also like the wooden structure that the entire exhibit is made out of. I'm a big fan of that natural looking feel. That it's quite the vibe here in the Zonnegloed that I can really appreciate. So yeah, from this angle we really get to see the full scope of the enclosure, and I think it's quite nice. We also get a little indoor viewing over here at the back. So if you are interested in the backstage of the cougar, this is something that you can take into account for that. It's just yeah, they got a little elevated perch. Most felines like something like that. But anyway, next up is Pakawi Park. This is the last zoo that we'll be visiting today, but it does have 2 habitats for them. And the first one is actually not that bad. So over here we got the cougar habitat, and it's very nice. It's quite a large open field. It's good looking. They've got some shelter. They've got a little water moat separating them, allowing for a much lower fence on this side so we can have a better view of the cougar. The fence itself is also quite interesting. It's not quite mesh, but it does look really cool, and it allows you to look through it very easily. There's also this elevation over here with this nice cool kind of rock staircase, not very accessible for the less abled people, but still, it looks cool. And yeah, here we can have a nice look at the cougar walking about. Very cool. I was actually really pleasantly surprised by this, and also seeing this was the first time I saw a cougar, and it was not a bad impression. So yeah, really quite like this enclosure. And then yeah, here you can have a view from up above, and then there's another enclosure next to it, so that's not connected. But then we get to the second enclosure, and we get a little bit of an indoor viewing over here, which is cool, I guess. We do like seeing that stuff on this channel. But yeah, it's quite dirty inside though, but they did just get food or something, I suppose, is what we're seeing the remains of here. But the outdoor area of this enclosure isn't much better. It's very similar to the Zonnegloed. I think it's slightly smaller. I think the Zonnegloed was like 200 square meters, and this one's around 150 square meters. So yeah, it's okay. I just realized that there's two of them in there, and now I remember why I didn't like this so much. I was like, at the Zonnegloed, I was like, oh yeah, I can't be too hard on Pakawi, because it's similar, but no, there's two cougars in here that is actually not great. Now I remember why I hated it. Yeah, it's an alright enclosure, but gotta just get one of them out of there, please. Okay. Well, that's it for this video. We found out why I hated Pakawi. Again. Goodbye. See you in the next one.